Welcome back to the channel. Shop update number 12. So we've been making a lot of progress on Mike's 67 Firebird. Kind of the project overview in general is it's getting a bunch of QA1 suspension parts that's going to lower it a tiny bit. We're also going to do wider tires, which required wheel tubs, the LS engine, TKX 5-speed transmission, Dakota digital gauges, vintage air, American Auto Wire, Holley computer, all that kind of stuff, but leaving the body pretty much alone. He wants to be able to drive this. He's considering taking it on road tours, so we're trying to make it very mechanically sound and comfortable to drive without getting too worried about the paint and all that. So Brian's been putting in a bunch of hours on this thing lately. I don't recall in the last shop update if the engine was in, but that's all in now. We've got the long tube headers fit. That's all actually coming together really nice. We Cerakoted the cold case radiator just to give it a little bit more of a factory look, just kind of blends in versus being aluminum in your face. The air conditioning install is just about done. We're waiting on new rear suspension. So QA1 now has it's like a triangulated 4-link and a 9-inch rear end that they sell like as a package, and I think it's pretty new. I'm putting that in this. That also is a slightly narrowed rear end. The interior right now is torn apart because Brian just did the mini tubs. So those are Detroit Speed mini tubs. He did a super clean install on those. This adds about, I think it's 2 3/4 of an inch of width to the rear end, so we can put a nice wide tire on that. And with the narrowed rear end, the reason for doing a narrowed rear end is that we can put a little bit more dish on the outside of the rim, which this customer specifically wants. It's a very classic look, and it's kind of like you look from the side of the car, you can see that wide dish and you can see that it's a wider tire without seeing the tire. It's kind of the thinking behind it and why it looks so good. But Connor went back in after Brian got all this done and seam sealed up and shot this. It's like a factory trunk kind of spray. I mean, obviously this is all rusty still. It was just under the trunk mat. But if you look at these wheel tubs from this side, from the inside, you can't even tell. It just looks factory. So yeah, he did an outstanding job on that. It looks really good. Got a stainless tank going in with the fuel injection. It's got an intake pump. This is made for this car. Once that goes in, the suspension goes in, subframe connectors are in, and we can start working on the exhaust. This project, parts-wise, timing-wise, and the shop flow, it just kind of clicked together. It's custom, but it's not incredibly custom to where we can move through it with a good pace. We're never really held up unless we're waiting on some part. So it's good. Mike's been fun to work with, and it's been a great job. We've also got, this is a 24 Colorado. It's a really good customer of ours. We're just putting this front bumper and winch on him. A lot of these guys, it feels like once we start working with them and once we establish a good relationship with them, like Mike will be like, well, would you do this for us? I know it's not what you do, but it's like, yeah, of course we'll take care of a great customer. I take it as a compliment because they want us to take care of all of their cars and have us do as much of their stuff as we can. So I look at that as a sign that they trust us and that they're happy with our work and everything. So it's good. Happy to help them out. Brian will knock it out in no time. We've also got our 36 Ford, which we're doing a full build series on this car. We've been kind of plucking away at it. We had to step away from it to focus on some other projects. Sometimes we have to do that when like this truck needs to get ready to go into paint. So we got to put a little more attention on it on the metal side of things so that it can go to paint, and we'll be back over here. But today I was working on wheel tubs for this as well. So the factory wheel tub kind of went to here. So we're going to pick up about 2 inches, but we'll probably get into this on a full build update with this car. But nonetheless, here's a big hole. It's kind of all prepped to have a whole hand-shaped custom-made inner fender wheel tub go in there and get some more room for some tires. And then this is Shane's 77, I believe, crew cab truck. We painted this bed. It's been over a year now, 2 years ago, I think, as they worked through this project. So Shane and his guys were kind of doing a lot of work, and now we're taking it on. So the focus the last couple of weeks has been solidifying all of the body mount locations and the bed mount locations, shooting lasers down the side of this truck to make sure we get all the trim lined up because we had to drill all these holes, just getting everything true to each other, going around and making sure that the body is set square on the chassis because, like I said, we had to change some of the body and the bed mounts for this cab because this is not a stock chassis. This is like a Dodge truck chassis that they modified. So anyways, just doing some sorting, getting all that figured out. This is a great tool and something that we do a lot. If you've seen our build updates and our build series, we kind of dive into placing the body on a frame and how important that is and how critical everything is that goes with it. And this is one tool that I really rely on a lot to do that, because I want to make sure that the tire is the same distance from the fender on both sides. So it's oftentimes hard to measure this shape and center it on the frame, but if you run a plumb bob to the outside of the fender on both sides and measure into the frame, it's a very simple way to make sure at least your tire reveal is good. We're hanging frame gauges on this thing, lasers, all kinds of different stuff. So there's quite a bit of work involved with just making sure we're on the right track, because now is the time to do it before things get painted and so on. So the next thing is going to be kind of starting to do some door gap stuff. Front end has already been taken off and some of the body work has been started on that. Cody today was building this really nice fan shroud. It's a couple of pieces to get it in and out of there. You can see it's all aluminum. This top half of the shroud comes into the fan there. The bottom half comes out the bottom. And then this piece is like just an upper shroud that ties in this intercooler to the cooling flow of the main radiator, clears the radiator cap, and also comes off to be serviceable. So he's doing a killer job on getting all that done. So Cody's been spending a lot of time on this truck. Him and I were busy on it all last week. Yeah, fitting it all up. We always use our aluminum shims. These are really nice, clean way. If you ever see the edge of it, let's just say, I don't want to have to shim there, but if you ever do, at least you're looking at the edge of something, billet and finished out nice. Yeah, and you can get all those on our website. We're also running a merch sale till the end of the year. So 50% off all merch till the end of the year. All that stuff is online, sandersstreetrods.com. We've been working through a bunch of little details on Dave's Corvette, trying to figure out what steering wheel we're going to put in it. Brian's been working on these electrical boxes behind the back seat today, getting them trimmed out to finish that carpet edge. And we're also going to put a door on there that'll open and close on a hinge. All said and done, you'll be able to fold the seat back forward like a glove box door basically, and open that up and get to all of the electronics. That should be a super clean setup. I was also trying to, it's really not that great to look at, to be honest, but trying to get a mock-up for these side pipes and how we're going to do it. As I was working through it, I noticed that doing a little body modification might kind of kill two birds with one stone as far as what we're trying to achieve. The bottom of this body is not a straight line from factory tooling and assembly, etc. And we're trying to build a really nice precision side pipe cover that joins up to that. And then just the flow of all these parts, I felt like extending this body down a little bit would be a good idea. So I just did a quick mock-up in foam just to give Dave a visual so he could kind of understand what I was saying. I was pretty certain he would be on board with it, but this was just a nice tool to do that. So without getting into too much, it was just something that could be achieved pretty quick and easy. This is like literally a piece of white PVC, but you can see how this is kind of the intention of what we're trying to do. And it kind of gave me a chance as well to just play around with different end caps on how that was going to go. And it got Dave and I on the same page, and now we can just pretty much roll with it from there. So we're going to get the side of this car actually 3D scanned. We're doing custom side vents on it too. So I've been in conversation with a fiberglass shop that I think we're going to be able to send the files to, have them make us a fiberglass part, and then we'll bond it into the car. It's a process I haven't gone through before. I know some people that have. But if you've gone through this before, or you have a company, or you know a company that does that type of work and would take on custom small projects like that, yeah, let me know. Leave us a comment or send me an email or something. That'd be great. There's going to be quite a few spots on this car. And the reason I don't want to do it here is we've done fiberglass work, but I don't want to get a vacuum bag, and we're just not experienced. So if we can get to a point of a CAD file, even machining a plug to vacuum bag the fiberglass over, would be great. We'll see. Something will come together. And of course, prototype door handle on Dave's car. This is the first car that we did this on. The first run at having them plated, and they're just working out really well. And then in the back shop, accompanied by the buzzing of the CNC machine, we have Ken's C10 truck. If you remember this truck, it's got all the Detroit Speed suspension that we put under it, air conditioning, bear claw door latches that we did. The truck drove in here finished. We're just trying to improve the handling and lower it a little bit and make it more comfortable with some air conditioning. We've also got some new wheels on the way that we're waiting on, so that's why it's totally slammed and not drivable right now. The front pulley system, Brian was working on that. Originally we were trying to get brackets and stuff for the air conditioning, but we went with a full Concept 1 kit now. We've got a polished water pump on the way, then that can get all wrapped up. All the air conditioning stuff is pretty much sorted. The suspension's under it. This one's just kind of been hanging out, waiting for a few more parts. And the weather's been really crappy here lately, so can't take these outside. You can't drive them. You can't do anything. So this time of year that we get pretty boxed in the shop and what we can work on, which is why like the Charger, we sent the Charger home. The Charger hasn't been, it's been driven a couple miles, but I really need to get it out on the road and go drive it. That's kind of the next thing that we need to do. So it's just chilling at Randy's house. And that's where some of the reels that you guys have been seeing, we shot those there in his garage because pouring down rain. Everything's flooding around here too. It's ridiculous. Yeah, my guys have been swimming to work. The CNC machine is buzzing. So a set of the Gen 3 Coyote coil covers, you may have seen those. They were at SEMA this year on Lopez Performance 48 Ford build, I think, which turned out awesome. They do great work. And yeah, got another set running, so good to see. And ever since SEMA and the release of our pull style door handles, you guys have been blowing up my phone and emails and comments, and it's honestly fantastic. It's so exciting for us and motivating to keep going. And that's what this takes. A lot of people have asked us, will you make some for a Camaro? Will you make some for a Bel Air, a C10 truck? And the answer is yes. We hope to continue making as many different models as we can, but that's bearing the success of the handles that we already have developed. So everything that you're doing, watching this video, sharing it with your friends, helps us move forward. We're going to just keep reinvesting and adding more and more and more and more handles. So I appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying to get them released as soon as we can. We're getting very close. If you see on Derek's board here, actually, maybe blur this out, but there's one thing that's been very important. It was the front of our mind of getting them done. So we're right there. It's getting exciting. We're going to be doing like instructional videos and all that kind of stuff coming up. So thanks for watching the shop update. If you like it, like it. And if you have a question, ask it. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully this thing is secure on jack stands. That would be the final video.